You look French there.
Yeah,
You look
Club
hella
Med,
French.
man.
Club Med.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Barbershop Sit Down. I think I'm refining that name ever so slowly.
Yes.
I have this beautiful man here, Ben Corlett. We have attempted one of these episodes before. You've got this one, cameras on you. This is a wide, we've got this one here. Wide, close, emotion, setting.
Beautiful.
Welcome, bro. Thanks for
you,
jumping
man.
in the chair. It's always
Thank
a pleasure to hang out with you.
Of course, fella.
Tell me, give me a blurb. If you're a book,
I was a book.
If you're a book, what's the blurb on the back?
Wow, that is a big question, my brother. I was a book. The blurb be at the back. Thank you for asking that question.
That's all right. Straight into it. Straight into the deepest question that ever existed.
I would say a kind family man. Love connecting with people. I love telling stories. I think that's my mission in life, whether it be through acting or writing or directing. But blurb, a few sentences. All right, here we go. Let's just go for it, Benny. Go for it.
Just go from the heart.
From the heart.
Before we go even further,
Yes.
I think this is going to be the best episode for you guys to listen to because there's going to be pretty much no clippers through this whole thing. So usually when we have the clippers, it's like,
And I thought it.
but it's going to be a bit of ASMR for you. ASMR.
Yeah, people are into that. Yeah, okay. An artist trying to tell stories to impact people in a positive way, or putting up a mirror. I think I'm going too deep.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Just give us if you're an entry level, no, I'm not going to say it, above entry level book, you're a blurb.
Yeah.
If you're an entry level book, what would your blurb be like? Just an overview of an introduction of who you are, and what you do.
Hi, my name's Ben Corlett.
You might have seen me in such films as.
Yeah, I'd say I'm an artist, a actor, filmmaker, director, writer, also a phenomenal human being who loves connecting with like-minded individuals, who needs to do it more. I need to get out there a bit more. Worked overseas for 8 years, loved it, traveled the world, learnt a few languages, got some great connections with people all over. Decided to try the real world out 4 years ago to give acting a real shot, and it's going well so far. It's a slow journey, but I'm enjoying the journey of life. I am back here on the Central Coast with my family, which I left home at 14, went to golf boarding school, and then went to Club Med for schoolies. Got a job there, got offered a job at Lindeman Island, and worked in Club Med for 8 years, and now I'm here with Nick Senham.
Now we're here with Nick Senham down here at the Barbershop Sit Down. So
Yes, sir.
where you at right now,
Yes,
you're in the world of creating films, right?
correct.
How and why have you been inspired to do that and chase that dream?
How and why? It all started in 2020. Never wrote anything before, but wanted to, because I didn't have an agent at the time, I wanted to write a film of my own. I was like, why not? So I wrote a film, got Alec Baker on board, DOP, and Alan, and we made my first short film, just 7.5 minutes, won a few awards internationally, which was really cool.
What was the title of that film?
That one was called Take a Step. Yeah, kind of fell in love with writing, and but although I did look at books when I was in grade 2 or 3 of was it writing or English, and my writing was actually good, and I was writing a story about even just how you had to stand up in front of the classroom and talk about your weekend.
Yeah.
I had to write that, and
Would you just make up stuff?
I don't think so. No, I think the way that I wrote was.
Family bought an elephant, and then we just
No.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. So you've always had a knack for writing stories.
Yeah. And so finished that one, and then wrote my next one, Awakened, which did quite well as well overseas. And that one was a little bit more personal. My uncle, my mum's brother, unfortunately passed away due to alcoholism. I don't know his story well enough to tell his story. My mum's writing that memoir at the moment, writing a book. Alcoholism, living on the streets and in society. And I kind of meshed both those worlds together. And that one's called Awakened. I went full force. I was like, you know what, Christian Bale does it. Why not do it in a short film? So I lost a bunch of weight, 9-10 kilos, and grew out a beard and told that story. And then
how was that experience when you were able to express that, especially through the art of film?
That one was deep, man. That one was yeah, I really felt that one, and it was quite a long time in the making. It was a beautiful experience. I think I really went into the character transformational, like physically but also mentally, and also it was strange but also not strange because the universe works in mysterious ways. Like I stopped drinking in 2020, and I made the film at the end of 2020, and not that I was living on the streets, but I worked in Club Med and I partied very hard.
Yeah.
And now I don't drink. And both those characters I was playing, one was a drinker on the streets and one was not, and in sobriety. And it was funny that I told that story at that time, and I was like, oh, that's actually me. In a funny. Yeah.
You felt you were related to that character when
yeah.
you played.
100%.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really cool. So, how do you feel like these days, especially creating art, whether it is film or painting or whatever it is? I was having a discussion with a guy at a bar yesterday, actually, about how commercialized and commoditized art has come, where it's like you need to create this certain thing so that it makes money.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, being an artist, being a creative? Like,
I don't do it for that at all. If it happens, fuck yeah. Really cool. But no, art's not about that, man. It's about expressing yourself in the truest way possible. And if that, like Awaken, I did it for myself, man. And yeah, I don't think any film director or artist does it for anyone else. Like you look at David Bowie, man. David Bowie, every interview that he does it for himself.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care if and that's why his audience is so divided. Either they love him or hate him, because he's like that's his that's his story that he wants to tell.
Yeah,
art's very.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
because
so
I think especially these days, not to cop out in the kind of the easy cop out in the sense of everyone's on social media, right? Like, but I think we've been conditioned to be like, anything that you put out, you're judged on, right? And we can't.
Yeah, which is very sad.
It's sad, for sure, especially because we're always focused on the negative. We never really see the positive things.
Yes.
We have to realize that no matter what you do, there's always going to be people that dislike it.
Of course, man. You can't please everyone.
You can't,
Impossible.
right?
Impossible.
Quality's so subjective. What you think's great,
subjective.
I might think it's shit.
100%.
It's the same as whatever you want to do in life, right?
100%, man. Yeah, amen.
Have you ever had to deal with that kind of judgment, or like even for yourself, like say self-doubt, in the sense of like feeling like you would be judged for creating a character or expressing yourself in a certain way?
Not yet.
No?
I think I'm pretty in early stages of my life and career. But no, I don't. And I think...
So you don't feel fearful of, when you do express yourself, put yourself out there, you don't feel fearful or you really care about other people's judgments on towards you?
No.
How do you get there? How do you feel like that? Because I feel like a lot of people are out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Where they're like, even for me to post stuff about my clothing or this or that, sometimes there's doubt in my head being like, I want to be liked.
But why?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's...
The why is the most necessary thing that you need to know. Like, Tony Robbins talks about it. Went to a seminar recently, which was phenomenal. He says, like, your why, like, what is your why? Because as soon as you find out your why, that's what's going to drive you. I feel like a lot of the time you want to please others, but you're not even pleasing yourself. So if you're not pleased in yourself, how do you expect other people to please you? Like, to be pleased with you, you know? But I think for me, working in, like, honestly, I always go back to Club Med, but Club Med, working in resorts, being up on stage, being on the microphone every night, dressing up as, cross-dressing, comedy shows, like doing the most ridiculous things on stage and in front of hundreds of people, I just lost that care for people's judgment.
Yeah, I think that's probably the key thing, is exposing yourself to situations, right, and
being
putting yourself out there.
Everything, and then.
But at the end of the day, no one actually really cares, right? No one cares.
Because you get up on stage, especially like on stage stuff. Like, you do this most embarrassing thing, and I remember my mates would always say, "Bro, the guests are going to be gone in a week.
Yeah.
You're never going to see them again. Most of them, some of them, like, I keep in touch with. I love them to death, but a lot of the time you're not going to see them. So, like, and people that comments on your video or anyone else's video, maybe not, but they're probably not happy in themselves.
Yeah.
And they want to project that onto other people.
For sure. And that's a big
to bring
thing
people down.
That's a big thing that I learned, and I think that's why, like, even now I'm posting so much more, especially about like how I feel or living authentically to myself. Because going back to that why, right? I think if you're stuck in the world of not knowing where or what you want to do, you're subjected to the judgment of other people because you're not sure of who you are.
Yeah.
So when someone says you look shit or you aren't good at what you do,
Thank you, cancel.
Right. You don't know what to believe because you don't know who you are as a person, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
of course.
Man, you're always discovering who you are. No one knows who they are 100%, or it's a journey.
Yes. The importance of film. Why do you feel like the importance of film is important for people to view?
Well, I feel that
or to exist. So how do you feel like? Why do you feel like the importance?
People
of
want
film?
a mirror, bro, and people talk about it all the time. Like, people want a mirror. They want to see that other people are going through the same things that they are. Film's very necessary in this world. I think with the amount of phone and Netflix and Disney and all the streaming platforms, like, you walk around a restaurant or a cafe where I work, and without a doubt, one part of that conversation will be like, "Oh, did you see that show? Did you see that movie?" Like, it's just a thing that everyone does now.
Yeah.
But why is film important? Like, good films, I feel it's important to make people feel, man. Like, films change people's lives.
Yeah.
Like, one quote of Al Pacino or Robert De Niro or anyone can impact people's lives, and you see it in interviews all the time. That, look at Bradley Cooper have you seen the clip of Bradley Cooper asking Robert De Niro a question? He was a student.
I remember that.
And then he was his son on Silver Linings Playbook. Want to know that people are going through the same shit that they are, man.
Yeah, which we all are.
And get inspired, and also get out of the trap of life and just watch a fucking funny movie because it's funny and you just want to laugh and not worry about your life for an hour and a half, you know?
Yeah.
That as well.
Are you working on any films at the moment, or have you just worked on some
I've
films?
just finished a film, Take a Breath, which is my next short film.
Yep.
That will be premiered at Chevelle Cinema in Sydney, 5th of December. But I'll be doing a Central Coast one, which I'm really keen for. I need probably Evoca Theatre or somewhere else. I'm just putting feelers out, probably early January, mid-January.
Yes.
But I most likely, haven't said it, but I most likely will be doing all 3 films because no one's really seen the first one. I'll most likely be doing all 3 films, so that's what I am working on. I've finished. That'll be doing the film festival run. Touch wood, gets into a few good film festivals that I'd like. Flickerfest would be incredible, putting it out there.
Out in the universe.
Sundance, big shot, but I think it's possible. My sister did a great job.
Tell me briefly on what's entailed creating a short film.
What's entailed in creating a short film?
Like if you can...
A lot, man. A lot of people think a short film, oh, it's 5, 10, 15 minutes. Oh, it's easy.
But film it in a day.
Nah, you got to write. Obviously, have the script. Once you're happy with the script, then you shoot it. But yeah, you need a good creative group that gels and understands the story that you want to tell. Like for me, this next film, Take a Breath, on mental health, which I feel is very necessary in the world that we live in at the moment. The struggles of especially the younger generation. So what does it entail, a short film? A lot of hard work, like details are necessary. But like you have a script, you have, what you shoot and what you edit. They're 3 completely different films, and it's just about finding the right film. Like for Take a Breath, for example, it was supposed to be about 20 minutes, and the ending was very different than what it is now.
Right.
It was the way that I wrote it, but it was very heavy.
Yeah.
Which, the world is at times quite tragic. But I changed it to a bit more of a hopeful story.
Right.
But yeah, a short film entails a great group of people with one vision in mind.
I was going to say, do you find that when you start creating, it's not necessarily once the script's done, you just you just tick the boxes off and build it like a Lego after the
Yeah,
script's done.
yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, as you start filming, more inspiration comes to you and things change as you go.
Man. Yeah, on set things change. You do a bit of improv, find the DOP, director of photography goes, oh no, let's shoot it like this, and that changes the scene completely. You find things in the scene like this. I could say one thing and that triggers, and then that could bring emotion, and that heightens it up even more. Yeah, things can change. Yeah, then you got to be open to that. A lot of directors follow the script, which works for a lot of, like, if the script is solid. Like, obviously I'm at the beginning of my stage where I'm chopping and changing the script at times. Yeah, just be open, be present for it. If the dialogue changes, or if a bird comes, I don't know, do all these little things make a difference. Yeah.
You were talking about your why, talking about having goals, having things, having the North Star that you can follow.
Yeah.
So when times do get tough, you know where you're going. What is that? Do you feel like you have that?
What is my why? In the creative realm, or in general? In the creative realm. Let's go creative realm. Creative realm would be to write and direct a feature.
Can you please, one stage, please create a mafia film? Italian mafia.
What?
I'll play whatever I can play. I don't care. I'll be a barber in it.
Yeah, I
can't reveal that one.
Can't reveal something.
All right, so when's auditions, man? I'll come through,
No, I've got something in mind.
All right, moving on.
No,
so your why for the creative world?
My why for the creative world? Write and direct a feature that gets into Sundance. Well, it doesn't even get into Sundance, just I tell the best story that I want to tell. I'm currently writing at the moment, but I don't want to put it out there, so I don't post it. But yeah, currently writing at the moment. Also would be to, in the next year, would be to book a series, man. Book a series, a regular, book a feature film, a couple of short films would be great as well, just to keep the momentum going. Yeah, definitely book a series, a couple auditions coming up.
Lovely,
got a new show coming out called Paper Dolls, which will come out December 5th, December 3rd, on Channel 10 Paramount Plus. I'm in the third.
That's this Sunday.
The third episode of that, which should be cool. So that's a new show that I'm in, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good start to the career.
Do you feel like over the next year you've got a couple of cool things that you could potentially, could leapfrog you up a little bit more?
Now that the actor strike's finished, there's going to be a lot more content, a lot more shows, a lot more films coming out over the next year. So it will be a busy year, because obviously in that period of time, 14 weeks, 16 weeks of the actors being on strike, nothing was being filmed over in the States. So Australia was still shooting, but I think we'll have a lot more opportunities to have an audition.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How good for the creative world.
What's your favourite movie and why?
I was actually talking to my wife the other day about this, and I don't, of course, it's hard to put one.
Yeah, but you got to do.
But as you guys can probably tell, as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. That was Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. So Goodfellas is your favourite movie?
Goodfellas is probably, that's number one. And then we've got Scarface right here. I'm probably going to get shot, but I feel like The Godfather is a little bit overrated when it comes to the mafia films. But
Godfather 2, though.
Godfather 2, of course, has a lot more depth.
Yeah.
Of course, the story's being told a lot more.
Yeah.
But Godfather 1, I think, is just, I don't know. But do you know what I watched not too long ago? I don't know, because I'm right into the mafia films, man. I love mafia. It's my thing. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. The Bronx Tale. I never ever watched The Bronx Tale. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No, I haven't.
It is a great film.
Yeah.
Great film. How it's all set up. Very minimalist. Like how the set is literally just set on a street in the Bronx.
Okay.
Right. And it's like they only have like 3 or 4 kind of major locations.
Okay.
Yeah, it's written by
Yeah.
So it's got De Niro in it. This kid, of course, is older, and this guy's name is, can't pronounce his name because it's Italian. Chaz Palminteri.
Yeah.
So this guy plays the kid.
Okay.
Right, which is really cool. Robert De Niro plays a bus driver. He's actually not a gangster in this one. He's the gangster. And yeah, such a great film. Like that. I feel like, especially mafia and Italian mafia films, they have such flavour to it. There's so much character to it. There's so much depth to it. Like especially like
depth, for sure.
The Irishman, Goodfellas, like the styling. It's kind of like, you know, good wine and cheese and pasta right from Italy, or like good food. There's so much taste to it, which I feel like, you know, has so much attraction to it, right? Because it's so, in short, Goodfellas.
Goodfellas 1, Scarface 2.
Yeah, it used to be Scarface a lot for me.
Yeah.
But then I kept watching. I watched Goodfellas again for the 700th time the other day, and I was like, yeah, this is my favorite film.
Number 1.
What about you? What is your
top 3 films? Would be Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
That's a good film.
Fight Club.
Yep.
And I don't know why I'm into this dark stuff. Requiem for a Dream, man.
Requiem for a Dream. Who's that got in it?
It's Aronofsky film. Director Darren Aronofsky, who did The Whale. But Jared Leto.
Yes.
Jared Leto plays a heroin addict.
Yeah.
With his mum, I can't remember her name, she won an Oscar. Or she should have won an Oscar.
So being a creative, being someone that's in this world of just expression and creating.
Yes.
Words of wisdom, words of advice to anyone that is aspiring to either be a creator, an artist, someone that you know, wants to express themselves in some format or medium.
Go and do it. I think you got to have a job. Unfortunately, this real world, you need money. Having a job that can allow you to have that time to do what you really want to do, like your mission in life or your career. But to be a creative, just do it. I think if you want to write a film, write a film. If you want to write a book, just write it. A lot of the time, people say, "Oh, got this script." I'm like, "Oh, great. Can I see the film?" And you know, it's not done. So follow up and actually commit and do it. I would say, don't be afraid of the haters. I'd say, if you know what you want to do it, and don't let anyone else tell you not to. Yeah, I think playing a character is great. But also you're interesting in yourself, bro.
Oh, thanks,
and
man.
Don't forget that. I think a lot of the time, even in acting, man, they try and put on this character, but most of the time you and yourself is interesting, and it's hard to actually do that. Just be yourself and be grounded in yourself.
Bro, it is the hardest thing to do.
But like the way that you talk, the way that you are, like I'd sit down and watch you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, because you know, like this.
Yeah.
Like that's what you need.
Yeah, definitely.
So
that's why I find so much inspiration in the arts of acting. And as you were saying before, people want to mirror. People want to.
Yeah, man.
You know, when I see people like these guys, you know, here or you know how they hold themselves, and I think that's another thing why I'm so attracted to Mafia, is because their style and their approach to life was so not just masculine, but there was elegance to it, there was respect to it, there was class to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, you know, a gangster that just shot people and that was it. It was all legitimate, like they did business and made money and, you know, had code and ethic and respect for certain things, and it's like modern day mafia, bro, is the government. And like, I ain't gonna touch on the political stuff on this channel, but it's true, and it's just it's what it is, you know.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
All right, my brother.
Look in the mirror there. How's that all feeling?
Sexy, brother. Love it.
Feel better? Feeling off the sides there as well?
Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, love that.
So you got that volume there. Nice. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, brother.
All right,